Hey guys, what's going on? It is your boy. We are here with an unconventional video, but I do want to talk about this and get this out there because, excuse me, because most of you guys already know my situation, which last month in December, I went to my first official Pokemon tournament for my local, for, the Pokemon play. I went there last month and I did do good, but but it wasn't what it was. I mean, the experience that I had just because it was a local was still fun. And like I told you, I ended up making making a couple of friends. But I wouldn't say we're best of friends. We haven't talked since the time. So, you go there, you meet people, you have fun, you're battling so you can get up the ranks into, being able to you don't need to go there to, progress to regionals, but you do need to go to regionals to progress into worlds. So, keep that in mind. I went there, to get my battling skills up because I haven't battled since I haven't done, I mean, I do online battling, but I haven't done it competitively since Sunny Moon. I think Sunny Moon was the last time I'd done it, but I did do a little bit in Sword and Shield because I did like the arena, the Gigantamax scene, and I did like that. So I did a little bit over there. But I didn't, but I wasn't, in it that much. I wasn't, doing it like I used to because I had got so busy with, doing my 6 books. My friend who I just got back in contact with, he was like my team builder. He actually built my teams and stuff. So I was like, I said, well, I'm gonna just step back for a while because I had a lot of things that I was doing that I needed to do. So now that I've got majority of the stuff done, I have started to do my, let me see. I got to start doing my um what is it I got to do? Comic book. There we go, comic book. I had a brain fart right there. I got to do my comic book. So I'm starting on I got issue 1, at my editor has it right now, so we got to go over that. We gonna try to make that one of the best, one of my first and best comic books to come out, and then I got to work on issue 2. So when I get done with that, so you guys know I got a little bit on the plate. However, I still want to do this because this is something I've always wanted to do. Now when I turn 50, which is in 3 years, and I know a lot of people be like, well, no, technically it's in 4 years. People gonna look at me like, you 50? I'm not 50, I'm close to it. But I don't care telling my age. I'll be 46 this year. So I got 5 more years before I'm really gonna be 50. But I want to do it before I turn 50. And I know there's no age limit in the seniors division, but looking at an old man sitting up there playing Pokemon, now come on, y'all know that ain't gonna look good. That is not gonna look good. But anyway, if you guys read the title of this video, it says, I need your help. And I do. What I need your help with is um I want to collaborate with some people who knows how to put teams together because I can battle. That's not the problem. I need someone to help me team build who can collaborate with me, tell me the right teams and stuff. And this is why I say this. Because I have been looking at regionals. I've been looking at the regionals live streams lately, and everybody has the same exact team. And I know what people are gonna say, but that's meta. They're the ones that's the best. You're not gonna find any other Pokemon that's gonna beat them. And I'm like, but it makes it boring. And I think this is why uh the Pokemon company was coming out with Pokemon Champions to allow people to, have more free range of Pokemon they could use because it really has gotten stale. And I really want to build teams still, meta defining, but different. I mean, there's a couple that I want to keep on the team that I know that must be, like Incineroar, Flurmain. I want to keep them, knowing because I know that the meta calls for them. Landorus, I know that, but I don't want to have every last one of them on the same team. I want to build Pokemon around certain ones. And not only that, we got Megas coming back. And when you get the Omni Ring in Champions, you can use all the gimmicks. And this is the thing, and I think people don't understand unless I explain. And I thought I was kind of clear, but I guess I wasn't. When I went on Reddit, yes, Reddit. I know it's a cesspool, and I know it's hell. However, going over there, found the subreddit where Champions is coming out. So I put in, saying that I was looking for someone to help me, with 2027, trying to get in, trying to get into regionals of 2027. And people lost their minds because they're saying, well, 2026 ain't even got started. I know that. I know that. That's not why I was saying I know Generation 10 is not out yet. I know we don't know what format that they're going to use because we got a new generation coming out this year. We got new Pokemon that's coming out this year that could be meta defining. I know all of that. What I was trying to convey to people is 2026, I wanted to start in this circuit, but I cannot because I have a lot of things going on. I told y'all I'll be moving back to my home state next about the end of next year. I'm working on 2 comic books. I got 2 books that I just 6 books that I written. One is coming out at the last number 5 is coming out in April. Number 6 is coming out in August. So I have a lot going on this year. I have to find another place to move this year. So my plate is full when it comes to me wanting to go out and, be in the circuit this year. I was asking people, would they help me team build for 2027? Because that'll be probably a better time for me. Even though, I'm still going to be moving back at the end of the year, that gives me time enough to, play around with some teams and stuff like that. I understand coming back to Generation 10, we're going to have some new Pokemon, new legendaries, new mythicals and all of that. We can placate them into the teams that that I'm going to be using, trying to make sure that where I'm able to still use the teams that I got, but we can put those new Pokemon onto the team where they fit. And that's all I was trying to get people to understand. I mean, Reddit lost their mind. Facebook took it a little bit better than Reddit. But I mean, I guess over on Reddit, everybody loses their mind. So I'm just like, okay, look, if this is what y'all gonna do, I only answered a few. I only answered a few comments, and in the comments, I even explained to what I'm explaining to you guys. They still lost their minds. So I was like, you know what? Let me come on here and make a video to my people and see if we can get anybody who knows how to um team build, synergize, make the team synergize and all that good stuff. And like I said, I will be playing Pokemon Champions. It will be going on to my website, chronicalizing my journey on the game to, rank up so I can, go to worlds, nationals, and worlds if I can go to international, because international I will have to pay my own money and then get to get the worlds. I'm not saying I'm gonna make it completely to the top, but I would love to at least try, And that's where this is where the help from you guys will come in. If you guys or know somebody who's good at Pokemon, team building, please send them my way. My email is in the link in the description. You guys can go in there, but it's Smith Kennilo 98 at gmail.com for those of you who would like to send inquiries or let me know that you know these people and they gave you permission to give me their contact information and stuff like that. I have two people already. One guy is brainstorming, and my friend that I told you guys at the beginning of the video, he's got a lot on his plate, but he's still gonna help me. But he has a lot on his plate, so I'm trying to divide some of the work up. If he gives me like 3 or 4 teams, the guy that I just talked to yesterday to give me like 3 or 4 teams, and whoever answer this call give me like 3 or 4 teams. I can play with those teams on champions, and whatever team that I do the best with, I can basically say I'm locking this in for 2027. And I still know we still got a lot, and this is including the new Pokemon. But like I said, I know 2027 hasn't started yet, but Gen 10 will be coming out this year. So I'm basically trying to, get a head start on it. And that is why I'm making this video, because I want to do this, and I enjoyed my first experience going to local, but I really, really would love to, and like I said, you don't need to, go to local to go to regionals, but uh you do need to win regionals to move on to worlds. That is one of the rules, and I know everybody knows that. But I am excited to get started with this. I cannot wait to collaborate with anybody that definitely wants to do this. If you guys see this and y'all can do it, please, hit me up with my, on my email. Let me know. Uh Let me know if you guys are interested in helping, because like I said, I really, really want to get this start now, so that way when the Gen 10 comes out, I can basically say, okay, we got Gen 10 out of the way. No, well, Gen 10 is here, so we can put the new Pokemon and the new gimmick that they're gonna have into play. I could, if it deals with weather teams are my go-to. I love sun teams. I have done, rain teams, but sun teams are better for me, because in rain teams, all you need is a grass Pokemon and you're definitely gone. So, but I do like rain teams too. So those are the kind of teams I'm looking for. I kind of want one stall team, because I really want to see how that one plays. Uh, I said I wanted to try a Trick Room. So any team build is, I'm up to try out any team builds, especially like I said, rain and sun teams sun teams are my, you know, best teams. I used to love running them. But without Groudon and Desolate Land, we can't use him. We got, Koridon with Orihel Pulse. Without that, you can't bring the sunlight. So those will be the two legendaries I would use if we are able to use legendaries, and if able to use restricted legendaries in one of the comps. Now I don't know how the new two legendaries, because if it's saying winds and waves, one of them is going to be flying and the other one is going to be water. I don't know. We don't know the typings. We don't know what kind of Pokemon they're going to be. But if that's the case, I don't know. I don't know if Mega Rayquaza would, or the new legendary, if it's a wind Pokemon, that would be a total, flying team. That would be an air team. So we would, a complete wind team. So I don't know how that would work because this would be the first time we tried it. But I would love to at least give it an option, if that becomes a thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm just bringing this video to you guys because Reddit made me happen to do it. And literally looking for people to help me with um team building, and not only team building, I want to have a relationship with people to in case if I go to worlds or I'm not going to say international, but if I go to regionals, international, or worlds, I can they ask me who helped my team, I will always give credit to the people that helped. No matter, even if I use your teams or not, I will still always credit anybody that does that put the time and the effort in to help me. That I will always do. But the other thing is, I want to have fun. I want to battle you guys with the teams that you come up with to see how good they are, and stuff like that. But if this video finds you, my email is in the description. Please, don't hesitate to hit me up, let me know, so that way we can get started ASAP, because Champions is around the corner. We are thinking, everybody's speculating that Champions will be coming out in either April, either April or May, because the new format, well, we will know next month on the 27th, on Pokemon Day. We will know. And when we find out, that's when I really want to kind of, start getting my teams together. I already got my Mega Pokemon. I want to try to put some on some teams, see how they would work. I want to put, like I said, when we start getting, Pokemon added into champions, my teams will start, looking a little diversified. I know we're gonna have only a small roster to begin with. I already know that. So I will be playing Pokemon Champions to try to get VP victory points and stuff like that. Try to get up into the rankings and stuff like that. Rankings will only be, like I said, if you want to follow me on my website, ranking will only be for members only over there. To see my progression into, regionals, internationals, or worlds, you would have to go and subscribe to. Well, you have to be a not subscribe, but you have to become a paid member on the website to see that. However, anything else that I do in Pokemon Champions will be free for everybody, subscribers, anybody just want to come and watch. But the other one, my ranking will only be for members only. But I'm not going to keep rambling on. But guys, if you find this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Send the people my way, or if it's you, please don't hesitate to let me know what's going on. If you would love to help. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. You guys be safe, and I will see you guys later.